What's up? I'm back with more MMA for your face. Today we're going to preview UFC on Fox 5. I'm going to tell you my brilliant idea, and we're going to talk about some lady fighting. But first, let's get into some UFC on Fox 5 prediction. Rory McDonald versus BJ Penn. I don't think Rory's going to have as easy as a fight as he thinks he's going to. I mean, Rory McDonald's this freak athlete who's just beating dudes up left and right. BJ's sitting over here like, mahalo, I'm a freaking ex-champion in 2 weight classes. Show me some respect, son. BJ's going to be a lot tougher than Rory expects, and he's going to give him a hell of a fight. He won't be finished. Rory is going to take this fight via decision, and despite his claims, I don't think he's going to kill BJ Penn. Alexander Gustafsson versus Shogun, who is going to be a good fight, but people aren't giving Shogun the respect he deserves in this fight. He's a veteran. Shogun, he's got an amazing chin. He can take a punch, and, a lot of Gustafsson's big wins have come over nobodies. Jared Hammond, Cyril Diabate, James Tehuna, Vladimir Matyushenko. He's not horrible. As much as Gustafsson has potential to be great, he's way, way ahead of himself with this fight. Shogun via decision. Take it to the bank. For the main event, I can't wait. Benson Henderson is fighting Nate Diaz. We talked about it last week. He's got great jiu-jitsu. He's going to surprise people. Standing up with Benson Henderson is where Nate Diaz is going to start the damage. He's going to throw those long jab, high-volume punches, really fluster Benson Henderson. Nate Diaz is going to get it to the ground eventually and submit him in the second round. Diaz via submission. So the other day I was talking to a friend and I had this crazy idea. So the women are being signed by the UFC now. But they've got to figure out a way to sign more than just 2 chicks because that's not a whole division, let alone a whole population of female fighters for the UFC. So there's a number of ways to do it. And people talked about putting women on TUF, having a women's version, a women's season of TUF. And I came up with this idea, which I think is pretty fucking brilliant if you ask me. Co-ed version of TUF. Now, I'm not a barbarian. The women aren't going to fight the men, just to get that out of the way first. I think if you have a team with women and men on the same team, and then another team with women and men on the same team, it could be really interesting just because obviously the females will fight the females and the males will fight the males, but they'll get to train together. Most female fighters who are at the top right now train with men already, and they're going to be living together, and that's where it gets really interesting. The men are going to live with women in the house. There's going to be alcohol. You can fill in the blanks. But that just makes this show so much more riveting. It makes it amazing reality TV. They're struggling to find drama in these shows. They're almost creating and manufacturing little instances like getting mad over stealing food. That's what it's been this season. You put women and men in the same house, shit's gonna hit the fan, and it's gonna be awesome. Some of the best female fighters in the world be introduced to the entire MMA community through this show. A lot of MMA fans aren't familiar with some of the female fighters right now. What a better way for the UFC to do it. Can you imagine the tryouts for a season like this? Just ridiculous. I mean, insane. These guys are auditioning to be in the UFC's reality show, and there's going to be some of the most talented and most attractive chicks in the entire world also in the house for the entire season. The winning female fighter could get a shot at the title against Ronda Rousey. There is a hot tub outside. These chicks are hot. It's going to be nuts. Now I'm going to read some news bits for you while I shadowbox. Dominic Cruz re-injured his ACL. He's going to be out for another 9 months. Really good fighter, just a really tough break. Uriah Faber's going to fight Ivan Menjivar at UFC 157. I think that's a great fight. Uriah Faber's been getting kind of shitty fights lately, especially for him. Ian McCall is going to fight Joseph Benavidez in the division, the flyweight division that the UFC really can't grow right now. That is all I have for you today. Thank you for watching. Next week, we will be back with another guest. More shit to talk about. Make sure to leave a comment below on what you think of my crazy idea today. It's a really risky idea to put women and men in the same Ultimate Fighter house, but I mean, how fucking cool would that be? That'd be some great television right there. We'll talk about that more next week. If you like MMA, subscribe to my channel. If you hate Steven Seagal, subscribe to my channel. See you guys next week.